loves having these, and I'm talking about hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Trudy and I create motherhood, family, beauty, and lifestyle content. And on this week's video, I'm going to be going over toddler toys. I have a 3-year-old and we have collected a number of toys over the past 3 years. And some of them we love, some of them not so much. And I've kind of seen which toys have really lasted the test of time so far in the past 3 years. So I wanted to share those toys with you and also some toys that we have on our list, especially with the holiday season coming up. I know that a lot of people are going to be looking at what toys to buy for family, friends, or for their own kids. And this might just be a really helpful kind of guide to help you pick and choose or decide what to get or what not to get for your kids this holiday season. Of course, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and leave me a comment if you like any of the toys that you've seen in this video, or if you are currently looking for some toys to add to your toy box. Let's get into the video. Box number 1. Box 2. Majority of the bins that I've been cycling out for the past year to year and a half. So let's go through these boxes. I do have some other toys in the playroom that I'm hoping to get through in this video, but let's get started. So I feel like a lot of parents start off with or have heard of Lovevery, and I was one of those parents too from when my child was probably close to newborn or maybe close to the first year. We started to invest in the Lovevery subscription boxes. So a lot of this bin consists of Lovevery toys. Overall, our experience with Lovevery is that the quality so far has been pretty top notch. These are toys that I believe are backed in the Montessori learning structure, and you're not going to find toys that have flashing lights, that make a lot of noise. A lot of them are just wooden toys. I do have a blog post out about the toys and our toy collection and what we like, what we don't like, or mostly what we like. Again, a lot of Lovevery. The one thing that I would say about Lovevery to keep in mind if you're going to get the subscription boxes is that your child may not like every single toy in the subscription box, and I did find that that was the case. For some of the toys he gravitated more towards them, other toys he tried them once and he didn't really like them. So that was one kind of downside to it, is that he didn't like every single toy, or he didn't play with every single toy as much as we had anticipated or hoped for. Okay, box number 2. So we got some mats here that have shapes. So this was a gift, and what I found when it comes to toys is trying to look for toys that we can use in a number of different ways. You might just think that these styrofoam mats can just be good to lay on the floor to protect your floor, but you can use these for shape recognition, for color, as puzzle pieces. So you can use them for that's 3 different things that I've just listed off. You can use them for even a bean toss, like having a little beanie and tossing them into the shapes, again for shape recognition. So trying to find toys that I can use in more than one way has made me think a little bit harder of trying to be creative, especially with teaching a toddler and kind of seeing how they play and how they'd want to use the toy. So mats like this were a great gift idea for using it as shapes, pulling it out as a puzzle during a rainy day. It may take up a little bit of their time, but it's still something. Hand-eye coordination, the coordination of putting the pieces together, and then playing, even hopping on it, telling them which shape to hop on or the color to hop on. So you can use these a number of different ways. I have puzzles. It's gotten quite a bit of use. This is a dinosaur floor puzzle from Melissa and Doug. I've gotten a lot of use out of this floor puzzle, and I believe we have now collected a collection of about 4 or maybe 5 floor puzzles that, again, great for rainy days, hand-eye coordination, and then putting the whole puzzle together and really just like focusing on the puzzle. So I found that this is really good to nurture like independent play with my son, and just looking at the picture at the end of it, working together as a team. We've done this puzzle together, and great gift idea for children. This is for 3 and up, and we started this when he was probably around 2 years old. So floor puzzles, and I think puzzles just in general, are really good gift ideas. One that we will keep and continue to buy floor puzzles or different types of puzzles. Stuffed animals, bears. These were gifts. He's had them since he was a newborn. We still keep them. I tend to use these if we're doing sometimes like a lesson, and like talk with the bear. I mean, if you have them, great to use. I don't think I'm gonna toss them anytime soon. I don't take them out as often as I would like. I also do have a puppet. I bought this at our local, one of our like local toy stores. I honestly didn't think I would use this. My son just saw it and he was like, oh my goodness. So picked it up, and I've used this during our lessons at home, during like lunchtime, having conversations, having like creative, imaginative play with this puppet. So many things that you can do with a little puppet. So if you haven't thought about having either puppets or some type of like dress up in your toy box, I never thought that I should like seek that out until we picked up this one little puppet, and now having like capes and dress up is something that I want to invest in our toy box in the future, because I've definitely seen the benefit of pulling out a puppet when to make certain lessons that aren't as interesting more interesting. So puppets, a good thing to add to your toy box, or even just having stuffed animals, stuffed dolls, stuff like that, I think are great additions to your toy box. Okay, next, something that my little guy loves, like little cars, dinosaurs, quite a bit of cars, like Hot Wheels, dinosaurs on wheels, stuff like that, and like animals. So these are pretty beneficial. We started even using them for when it comes to like speech, and just like learning to talk, of just saying stuff like vroom, like little stuff like that to help with speech, or if your car is like crashing. So initiating conversations and having conversations about something like the car and what the car is doing. If the car fell, did the car crash, is the car parked? Also using these for lessons of, you know, drive the car to, or place the car on the letter A, or what makes the sound, or stuff like that. So again, using a toy car or an animal for more than just like one use. You can tell me the color, you can tell me the size, you can tell me where the toy is, you can place the toy on something, you can drive the car to something, or somewhere. So having stuff like toy cars, little dinosaurs, animals, figurines are really useful tools to use for learning. And then when kids are just playing, having like their imagination just going, these things, little toys, are really useful and really handy if you're going to restaurants. Having these little cars, doing long car rides, having little toys like this can be quite handy. So we have quite a lot of little cars. These little animals actually came from Love Every. Those were used. Next are these magnetic letters. I think I got these about a year ago, just to start with letter recognition and letter sounds. And they're quite a bit. It actually comes with the letters and numbers, upper, lower case, upper and lowercase numbers. Let me see. And they came in this little handy organizer. So there were quite a bit. I'm not sure the full number. I'll put more information in the description below of the toys that we got, or specific ones that were from Amazon, in some of the subscription boxes. I'll put as much information as I can in the description below. My little guy's really into space right now, and I remember seeing a mom on Instagram with this, and I had to ask her about it. So it's a felt board. Got this on Amazon that has the planets. So it's a board just like this, and you can put the planets on it. So this way. And we would just stick like the sun. This is really cute. My son has so much fun with this. Astronauts, we're learning the planets. We've been going over the planet names and just like sticking the stuff on satellites, asteroids, the stars. So it's something fun to do on a rainy day, something fun to just have in your playroom or in a bedroom. These like felt boards where they can learn names of different planets, different objects. So this was really fun tool to have, and I think most kids will probably keep this in the room for quite a long time, from like toddler maybe to like age 5 or 6. And it's also really something that you can hand down in the future, and a great gift idea for anyone who loves space. So I just wanted to show some of the other puzzles that we have. These are all puzzles from Melissa and Doug. We have the construction site puzzle. We have, this is the space puzzle, the live for broke. So space puzzle. And recently we picked up the busy barn puzzle. So we have about 4 and we enjoy them. We'll probably continue to add the puzzles to our collection. And actually, just a side note, my son actually preferred these puzzles over some of the puzzles that we got in the Love Every. Although those puzzles were more so geared towards like a younger age, he gravitated towards these puzzles a lot more compared to just like those small round puzzles that he would get very quickly, and then he would kind of move on to it and get bored. So he enjoyed the floor puzzles a lot more than those smaller wooden puzzles. So let's get into some larger kind of play items. I think having some type of a trike, bicycle, something that they can push with, if it's in your house or outside, or bring it to like a gym or community center so that they can move their body, help with coordination. Having something like this, a tricycle or a bike or a balance bike, is a great tool for a toddler, getting their energy out, coordination, balance, all of those things. So we have one of these, and we also have like another smaller kind of like tricycle that we use between the age of like 1 and 2. This one, he's pretty much outgrown it, but there are like other balance bikes and stuff like that out there. So this is something that we definitely got a lot of use out of. And I mean, there's so many different versions of bikes and tricycles out there. It's just finding the best one that works for your budget, that has really good reviews, and that will kind of hold up to the wear and tear that a toddler is going to put it through. Okay, so something that I bought kind of off of a whim, and I had in my cart for a while, is this workbench that I got from Coco Village. Overall, I think it's okay. I think that there are other products out there that are kind of like tools that come with hammers, wrenches, screws, stuff like that, that come with a variety of tools that your little one can use. This one, yes, when I saw it, I think it was just because it looked nice, it looked aesthetically pleasing, but this is all that it comes with. This did not come with the tools, and I'm not sure, I think I got this on sale. It might have been around $100, maybe close to $200. I'll have to double check and put the description, put it in the description below. But it did come with like See that? Just came off. So quality wise, I'm actually surprised at the quality. I don't think the quality is super great, to be honest. I just think that it's okay. I mean, you get all this stuff and then you have to buy the tools separately. So it comes with like the screws and bolts and stuff that they can hammer into, and there's different sections where they can put that stuff into. But it doesn't come with the screwdrivers, the hammers, or the wrenches, so we had to buy that separately. My little guy has used this a couple of times, but he'll use it for a little bit and then he'll stop. And then there's other toys that I think he'll gravitate towards. So we didn't get as much use out of it. Like, I'm still going to keep it and rotate it in and out of the playroom. But he's getting some use out of it. I think what he would have gotten more use out of, he just have like a little toy kitchen, and I'll show that one next. He has a little toy kitchen and he gets more use out of that toy kitchen than he does out of this, because it came with the little cups and like the little pots and stuff like that, so he gets more use out of those. Maybe it's just his age. So as I said, I'm going to rotate this one in and out of the playroom a little bit more regularly and see if he'll gravitate towards it. So this one is kind of 50-50. I think I probably could have purchased a better set, like woodworking set that comes with tools, instead of this one from Cocoa Village. So this is the toy kitchen. This has been beaten up quite a bit. It doesn't look like much. It's not one of those large kitchens that have like the water running and stuff like that. But he will pretend to be making cookies and muffins. They do come with like the forks and the plates and all that stuff. I just have them packed away. Forks and plates and stuff like that. But he's gotten quite a bit of use out of it, and I do rotate this one out quite a bit in and out of the playroom. And I just want to make a note too that like buying toys for your child can be so overwhelming, and it makes like a parent, it makes a mom sometimes like a bit nervous, apprehensive, sometimes stressed out, thinking, is this the best toy? Is this the best developmentally appropriate toy for my child? Should they only have like all wood toys or plastic toys, or toys that make sounds, toys that don't make sounds? And I think as a parent, you're going to be, it's up to you, and it's going to be your decision of what toys you want to bring into your home. They don't have to be all wooden toys. I think it just comes down to what toys that your child loves, what toys that your child will play with, that you know you can get longevity out of that toy. You will find most of our toys don't make a lot of noise, and some of them do. We don't have a lot of them just because they do make quite a bit of noise, and we've just found that even just buying toys that don't make a lot of noise have been the most kind of effective and useful for us in our home. But I think that all just depends on the parent and the needs of that child, and what you think is going to be useful, and also kind of seeing how your child plays with those toys and how it makes like your child feel and react, and if they're actually kind of learning and using that toy as a tool, or if the toy is kind of doing all the work for them. So this is the little kitchen, and let's move on to these kind of tunnels that I have. Purchased these probably close to when my son was like a year old. So it was this set. I'm not going to take out the whole thing, but just these sets of like tunnels that he could play with, and we've had them for almost 3 years. No damage to them yet. I still rotate them every now and then, especially if it's a rainy day, if it's a snow day, if I know that he just needs to get some activity and run around. The set comes with 2 of these and square ones. My child has gotten a good amount of use out of this. They're still in great condition. I think we're going to continue to use this for a very long time. And again, helping him use his large muscle groups helps with motor skills, hand-eye coordination, talking if like he's going through, under, so using his words of like up, under, through, I'm going down, I'm jumping up. So even just using his words and helping with speech, these have been great to just like use descriptive words, and like the colors. So always trying to implement and using toys more than one way. But we like these tunnels, and we've gotten a good amount of use out of them. Again, especially on rainy days or really cold days. Although we still like to go outside, even if it's raining or if it's too cold in the winter. But sometimes if it's a sick day, we'll pull these out. I'm sure every parent knows about these magnetic tiles, and they really do live up to the hype. My son will play with these for like a good hour, if not more. He loves these with the imagination, hand-eye coordination, use it for colors, shapes, building, all kinds of things. He's using his imagination, super creative. Magnetic tiles, I mean, they're a good buy for a gift. We actually got these as a gift. Great gift idea for the holidays, and just overall a really good toy to have in your toy box. Next, these at times drive me crazy, but they have shown that they are just a huge tool. My little guy absolutely loves having these, and I'm talking about Lego. My little guy loves playing with Lego for hours at a time, building spaceships, fire trucks, you name it. He's tried to build it, either from following like the little pamphlets or just creating stuff through his imagination and just playing with it throughout the day. Is it a pain to clean up the Legos? Yes, it definitely is a pain to clean up the Legos. But the fact that my son has so much fun playing with these and creates so many things from his imagination, I will never get rid of these Legos. So Legos, great toy for the holidays, something to keep. And I mean, the Legos that are out now, it doesn't matter what age, as long as they're like above the age, I think, of 3. We started these around the age of like 2 to 2.5, of course, watching our son play with them. But Legos is a great investment. And lastly, what I'm just going to finish the video off, something that we will continue to add and will always have, and I actually wish that we had more, would be books. Books, 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 books. This is our kind of little bookshelf library that we have set up in the playroom. I believe I got this from Canadian Tire, but you can find these on Amazon. They fit a decent amount of books if it's just like for your playroom or for a bedroom, but I do think that we're going to have to get an actual bookshelf pretty soon. Just filling this up, and I mean, books is the number one, I think, really great toy and tool to have, resource to have for your child. Reading from when they're in the womb to newborns, just continuing to read, and then introducing them to language, to words. If you're a multilingual family, having books of different languages, and then obviously moving to the point where your child can eventually read books, and then getting books that they can read for their level, I think is also really important. So investing in, continuing to invest in, and buying books as gifts, absolutely great. Getting like a gift card from Indigo, buying books off of Amazon, always trying to get books. Sometimes the libraries actually have book sales, looking for discount books online. Books, books, books. Always invest in getting a ton of books. I told a story the other day on my Instagram stories that I remember going to the library and seeing a family buy a book of a stack of books. They signed out a stack of books that was probably close to like 3 to 4 feet tall. I don't know how long it took them to get through all of those books, but that just really demonstrated to me, like, again, and reinforcing how important reading, literacy, and books are for every and any child. No matter their stage of development, reading to them is really helpful. Um, and I mean, you can go through the books and talk about what's going on in the books, the plot of the books, reviewing. There's so many things that you can do, not just reading it word for word. Even if your child isn't understanding the words, you can even just tell a story through the pictures. I just think it's really important for children to have a healthy and positive relationship with books and with reading. So books, invest in some books. And that wraps up my video on toddler toys. I kind of just gave an overview. I will have a more in-depth summary of the books or the toys that we have, and the toys that are sitting in my cart that I'm interested in adding to our toy box, what to look for. I mean, this is some of the stuff that we have, but just generally an idea. You don't have to get the most expensive toys. I think it's just being really purposeful and thoughtful with how your child is going to use that toy. If they can use it a number of ways, how long can they use the toy? Are you really going to get longevity out of the toy? Some other important things are sometimes where the toy is made, if there are dyes included in the toy, if it has any type of toxic ingredients. A lot of parents look out for that, if it's made from like natural materials. So a lot of things to look for when purchasing toys, that I've learned over a period of time being a new mom. I mean, you can go into Toys R Us and just get overwhelmed by the amount of toys that are there. And of course, being a parent, you want to provide the best for your child, and you at times feel like you want to get them everything, but I think it's really important to zone in and be thoughtful about what is going to be the most beneficial toy for their development, to using toys as tools, which I've heard other moms and teachers use that phrase in the past, to use toys as tools. And I think when you kind of have that way of thinking when it comes to toys, then you're not just thinking that your whole house is going to be covered in just mindless toys. You have to think of it as your house is filled with stuff, learning tools for your child. If it's books, if it's cars, if it's a toy kitchen, if it's dress up, stuff like that that you can use in a number of ways for your child's development throughout, you know, their younger years in their childhood. So that is my video on some of the toddler toys that we have and how I kind of went about getting this collection of toys. I don't think it's a lot of toys actually, and there are times where I recently actually triaged our toys, thought of stuff that we're going to keep and stuff that we're actually going to donate or give away, and that's currently at the stage that we're at. So this is after I've triaged our toys and looking to actually pick up a couple of pieces for the stage that we're going into, which is the 3 to 4 year old stage. So if you liked this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and comment below some of your child's favorite toys. And if you were also kind of apprehensive about adding toys to your toy collection, I would love to know your thoughts on that. And thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you in the next video.